Hello, I am so glad you could join me today. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Guys, today I am making some shrimp scampi for you guys. I made this before and my daughter loves it. She asked me to make it again, so I'm making it again. I have some shrimp here. My husband Please look at these shrimp. My husband look at these shrimp, so he said they're not enough shrimp, but this is enough. This is a whole pack. This is like 13 to 14. And these are the large shrimp. They're called colossal. So I tell him he don't need 8 or 10 of these. Just a couple and he should be good. So I bought these shrimp here. They were frozen in a pack. They were frozen, but as you see, they were already cut and deveined, but they still have the shell on them. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take this off, but just make sure that I leave the tail on. We don't want to take the tail off. I just want to leave the tail on, just take the shell off. So let me go ahead and do this, and then I'm gonna come back and show you what I'm gonna do with this shrimp. Okay guys, so after you go ahead and you shell your shrimp and you have them, you clean them, and then you take a paper towel and you damp all the moisture, as much moisture off as you can get, okay? When you finish that, then I have in here, I have some all-purpose seasoning, some garlic powder, some onion powder, what else I got in here? A little bit of salt and a little bit of paprika I have in here. And I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit. You don't want to put too much. Ooh. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna sprinkle some of that on here, and then I will set this pepper. Guys, that's my daughter went away for a little bit, so I'm taking care of her dog, but he barks. He keeps so much noise. He barks at every single thing. So you may hear him throughout this video. I say him, but her name is Pippa. She just keeps a lot of noise all the time. Let me be quiet, Pippa. She just keeps a lot of noise. Okay, so after I finish here, my husband's still upset at the amount of shrimp I got. He's saying they're not enough. Even my daughter's chiming in and saying they're not enough. But I'm going to set this aside and let that just marinate for a little bit. So while that is marinated, I'm gonna go on and chop some onions. So I have a red onion here that I'm going to use, and this is how I'm going to chop my onion. I'm going to chop my onions pretty big, and then after I chop these onions, then I'm going to go over to the pan and start marinating this a little bit, okay? This dish is not going to take long at all. We're making shrimp scampi, guys. Okay, now so we have our pan here, guys. I'm gonna put some oil in here, a couple tablespoons of oil, and I have some butter. Put maybe a couple tablespoons of butter in there as well, and let that just heat up there for a few minutes. And it's already hot. So I'm gonna put my onions in. After you put your onions in, what we're gonna do is we're gonna stay with this for a couple minutes, just to until your onions become like translucent. So just gonna let this cook down for a couple minutes before we add anything else to it. Till you saute this for a few minutes, guys. Then I have some minced garlic here. I'm gonna add a little minced garlic to it as well. And continue saute. Okay, I'm gonna talk right now, guys. Saute it down. That same all-purpose seasoning that I just add a little bit of it to the shrimp. I'm gonna add a little bit of it that's left over here. just to season it up a little bit. And guys, I'm going to add some tomatoes. Guys, now to my onions, I'm going to add some tomatoes. So I have a few tomatoes in here, but what I want to do is just cut these tomatoes in half. I have my stove right now with my onions on low because we don't want anything to burn, so make sure you put it on low. And I'm going to cut these in half, and then we're going to add this in there. This is our onions, guys, so we're going to add our tomatoes in there and let it kind of swinge for a little bit here. And put my stove back up because I have my stove lower. And guys, I have my, and I made this, my Bajan pepper sauce, which we all know is a staple in Barbados. Everybody in Barbados use this. You find this in every household in Barbados. You'll find this in almost every household in Barbados. Pepper sauce, and that is gonna give it a nice flavor. So this pepper sauce, guys, you can add it to anything. You can add it to anything to flavor your food. You can add it to your sandwiches. You can add it to anything at all. I'm going to add to this, guys. Guys, I had a little chicken stock in the refrigerator. I'm adding a little chicken stock. I'm just gonna add a little bit to it. You can add vegetable stock. You can add whatever stock you have. You don't have to have chicken. You can add that to it. I have some wine here. I'm going to add a little bit of wine. Not too much. Just to flavor it up a little bit. And then I'm going to let this just stay here. And I'm going to add a little bit of zest and a little bit of lemon juice to it. And then let it boil down. I'm going to lower the stove a little bit more and let some of the liquid boil out of that. Okay, guys, so I'm going to put a little bit of lemon zest in there. Give it that nice lemon flavor. Just squeeze a little bit of juice, lemon juice. I hold my hands for the seeds, so the seeds can go in there. You mix this up well, and this is, I'm going to take this off the stove now. That's it for my sauce. So I'm going to rest this here, and then I'm going to start on the shrimp. Okay, guys, so over here I have some water. I'm going to go ahead and cook some spaghetti. I'm going to add some salt, a little salt to that, as well as a little bit of olive oil. The bottle is almost empty, this one. And to that, I'm going to put my spaghetti in here. And these are going to cook, guys, for about 6 to 7 minutes in there. In the meantime, I'm going to also cook my shrimp in here. I'm going to leave this in here and let that cook 6 to 7 minutes. Now for this one, olive oil was empty, but I always have an extra one reserve. So we're going to add a couple tablespoons of olive oil. To that, I'm going to add a little bit of butter. And I'm going to leave this for a few minutes and let it heat up. And then we're going to add our shrimp there. Guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and add my shrimp in there. And guys, you know when you're cooking shrimp, you're not going to cook your shrimp for very long. You're going to leave it in here until it starts to turn pink. You'll see that the tail of the shrimp starts to turn pink first. Okay. My husband still complaining about these shrimp. I don't believe you're going to buy that little bit of shrimp that we're saying. You know I eat like 8 or 10 of them myself. He's lucky that he gets shrimp. I know what he's complaining about. So So you see the shrimp on the tail starts to turn pink. So once it starts to turn pink, and once the whole thing turns pink, once it turns pink, you're good. So I'm not going to turn this twice. So I'm going to leave it for a couple minutes. Then I'm going to turn it on the other side and let it cook a little bit, and then that's it. Alright guys, so then you come back and you check. And you turn them on the other side. You don't want to overcook your shrimp because then they're going to get rubbery and hard. And you don't want that to happen. So don't overcook them. Leave those for a couple minutes and that's it. Okay guys, so this is it for our shrimp. They are all done. That's it. So now what I will do, let me lower my stove and check my spaghetti here. Those are done as well. So I will take my sauce here, guys, and I'm gonna add the sauce to that. You add, ooh, I can smell the wine and everything coming through. It smells delicious. So this is it, guys. This is how I make my shrimp and I make my sauce. So now I'm gonna go ahead and drain my spaghetti. I have here, guys, some basil. So I'm just gonna take a couple of the leaves off of it. It's not the best looking basil. There's some basil right here. And I'm gonna chop this up. And you're gonna take your basil, guys, and you're gonna sprinkle the basil in there and just mix it up. Over here, I have a little bit of parsley, and I'm going to use this parsley to garnish the top. I'll put this parsley in, and I will garnish with this parsley. Okay, guys, so over here, now, what we're going to do is transfer this into this pan right here. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer that over there. And then, after I transfer it, I gotta mix everything up. Mix it up. I don't like using this fork in here. Let me just get something else to use in here, guys. Let me just mix it up. Mix everything up together. And this is your shrimp scampi. You can mix it up well. So after I mix it up like this, well, I have a bowl over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the shrimp, put this in the bowl. And then you're gonna put all those nice shrimp on the top of it. Decorate it with all those nice shrimp. Okay, guys. So this is it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'll take a little, before I do this, I have some cheese right here. We can put a little cheese at the top. Garnish it with a little bit of cheese. This is Barbados cheese, guys. Barbados, New Zealand cheese that was sent to me by my sister-in-law. And then we're gonna finish it off with a little bit of parsley to garnish. And guys, this is your shrimp scampi. It looks delicious. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna get a fork and I'm gonna taste this and I'm gonna tell you exactly how it. Guys, I'm sorry, I gotta laugh. My daughter just came and look at this. It's like, That's gonna feed 3 people. Yes, it is. She said, if we go to the store and buy some more shrimp, you're gonna make one? I said, you could go buy some more shrimp, but you can make it yourself, okay? So if they're not satisfied with this, too bad, all right? But I'm gonna taste it and tell you what it tastes like. I'll be right back. Ready to eat, ready to eat. Guys, looks delicious. So let me go ahead and take some out. Take myself a little shrimp. Take myself a little bit of the noodles. Take myself 2 shrimps before Charles get a hold of this bowl. And then you have cheese over here. If you want to add a little bit of cheese, you can put a little bit of cheese on the side. This is a special cheese, guys. Came all the way from Barbados. Okay. So let me taste this and tell you what it tastes like. Okay. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to pick noodles up. Like this, I tell you. This is my happy dance. That wine give it a little bit of kick. It tastes good. I hear you guys tell you guys it tastes good. And you guys don't get to taste it, but it tastes delicious. I could taste a little bit of that wine in there. It tastes really good. And it have a little bit of heat to it because I put that Bajan pepper sauce and that has some heat. And that's Tinaraine's pepper sauce. I made that myself. And it tastes really good. So let me taste the shrimp. Since I got to taste the spaghetti, I'm gonna hold it by my fingers. It's good. Finger licking good, guys. Guys, this is absolutely delicious. I want you guys to give it a try. Your family is gonna like it because it's very good. You don't have to add the pepper to it if you don't like the pepper. If you don't want it to be too spicy, you could just add some pepper flakes if you prefer. But it's delicious, and I hope you guys get a chance to go ahead and give it a try. I had fun making this, and I hope you have fun making some for your family as well. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I love to read your comments. Until next time, bye-bye.